tamales with Seed Salsa. And I'd like to introduce you to Dani with Sabor.
Hello, hola, namaste, hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I was going to say buenos dias, but that's, and in my mind, it's still morning. So today we're making Oaxacan Tamales, and one of the leaves, the difference between the tamales oaxaqueños or Oaxacan is the leaf. So in Mexico, there's different kinds of leaves that you can use for wrapping up the masa dough. Where I'm from, Michoacan, you use the green corn leaf, and those tamales are called corundas. So there's different kinds of tamales that you can use. So the ones that we're going to be doing a demo today is the Oaxacans, which use the banana leaves. So I got this today running in the market as soon as I don't know. It was the first thing I saw. But you can buy them anywhere in like an Asian market or Mexican market. They're usually in the freezer section, and this is what they kind of look like. So when I open these, you can tell my knife needs to be a little sharpened. So they're really long leaves, and what I really like about making tamales with this instead of the corn husks is that they have, a pretty long length, and you get to choose and you get to cut the size of the tamal that you make. So usually this is like the size, and I'm gonna just put it here because I'm not gonna use it for the food, but it's for demo purposes. And it's a pretty long leaf, as you can see. They're nice and green. And what you do with these is you can choose, the size of the tamal you're gonna make. So usually I kind of, well, here's another thing. They tend to have little cracks sometimes. So I kind of like to go and make a cut or where the seam or where there's a little crack happening, because when you're gonna make tamales, you need the leaf to be pretty wholesome in itself. If it has like a crack, then you have to put like a little bandage, a little cover with another leaf, so you can properly cover the masa dough. So you basically make some cuts. You keep going down the banana leaf, and then when you got these, you can wash them. Everybody has a different kind of style and technique. I have a toddler, so I'm kind of like, I need to make these tamales that take forever as fast as I can. So I just wash them with really hot water and kind of let them soak while I start doing like my other preparations of masa or whatnot. But a lot of people like to cook them on a skillet or a comal. So that's just a lot of extra work, but it tastes good too. And so then when you have the fire, you just, let it cook kind of like a tortilla, a couple seconds on one side, a couple seconds on another side, and then you keep doing it until the rest of them are done. Like I said, I just wash them, soak them, leave them in hot water, and then move on to the next step. Yeah, and just, like my kid has only like a certain amount of time where he's like, no. So I will show you, I was just unwrapping this. This is what it kind of looks like. Let me see if I have a better one. I already steamed some, ahead of time because we can't do any cooking here. So you can steam them and just wrap them up, make a big giant tamale or make it smaller. However, I made them bigger for the purpose of today because I'm going to cut them in little sample sizes. But the cool thing with, again with banana leaves is that you can choose kind of whatever size you're using. When you have like the regular corn husks, they usually come like, in a size of like finger, and then it's a cone size. so that you have to make them kind of a little bit smaller. And then if there's like a little tiny one and then a big one, then you have to kind of put them together, and then it's, you know, it's just a lot easier making them with these. And I personally love the flavor of the tamal cooked in banana leaves. So this is kind of what I was gonna show you. And then for the masa, everyone has a different style of making their own masa, you know, and it's like, again, you know, tamales como, you know, they're made all across Latin America. I grew up with a Venezuelan family. They would also use banana leaves, but they'll put like raisins and capers and achote in the masa. In Michoacan, where I'm from, they'll put ashes in the masa. So it's kind of like interesting way of making the masa. I realized that I forgot to bring my masa bag and the water, but I do have some masa made, and I kind of want to maybe put some in a little plate so that you guys can pass it around and see what the texture is like. When making masa, one of the most important things, like I made this 8 in the morning, masa. So you want to make sure that your masa has enough moisture, because corn tends to dry out, right? So like I'm gonna make a little ball so you all can try it out. You don't really want the masa to be sticking to your hands. And, you know, since we make vegan tamales, the vegetables don't have oil. So I grew up vegetarian, and I never understood why people would say like, oh, in Mexican culture, they say, oh, you're gonna eat tamales, oh, you're gonna gain so much weight. It's like, oh, it's the fat season of tamales. And then later I learned it's because like the animal product has so much fat that when you say you're gonna eat a tamal, everybody's like, oh, are you gonna go on a diet after that? And so now that I finally understood that, you know, you gotta add a little bit of fat to the dough when it's vegan. Otherwise your tamales will come out a little dry. So if you guys want to pass that around, and I don't know, everyone can grab a little ball if they want to kind of play with the texture. And then maybe I'll give you another plate so you can put it when you're done. But this is like plain Play-Doh, like you can just get a texture, and then you can put it back on a little later. I'll come back with another plate too. But you see how when you're touching it, it doesn't really stick to your hands. It's like because it has enough like moisture and grasita. Yeah. So. Yeah, and so that this kind of quality of masa will make your tamales come out very moist and, you know, not dry. So, and again, this masa I made early today, like around 8 in the morning. So it shows you that it has a good consistency, because usually the masa will still continue out drying and drying and drying. Did you get a little masita ball? Yeah, okay. All right, so, I'm sorry? The masa, oh yeah, masa. So masa, this one is I forgot to bring the bag, but it's like an heirloom masa made from like purple maize, purple corn. And usually we use coconut oil or grape seed oil, but usually coconut oil. I really like the flavor that it has with the masa. It kind of takes a similar texture of what I think would be the manteca. Manteca is like the fat lard that people usually use in Mexico. But yeah, coconut oil has a very nice replacement for that. So this one has coconut oil. So you have your masa and your coconut oil. And when you have the corn flour and you start mixing in the oil, you want to crumble up the flour around, and it kind of resembles like a coarse kind of cookie dough I see you nodding, so I know you know what I'm talking about. So yes, okay, kind of like a cookie dough. So the dough has to kind of stick a little bit. If it doesn't have that coarse kind of stickiness to it, it doesn't have enough fat, and the binding and just the whole process won't be, as smooth and how a tamale should be like. So let's see, where was I at? Coconut oil. So we put coconut oil into the corn flour. I put salt, and that's it for me. Different places. I've been getting one at grocery outlets, and they have like a non-GMO heirloom masa. They have them at Sprouts and at Rainbow. When I'm in Mexico, I can make my own because we have milpas everywhere, and then we're from a very small town, so it's kind of like the tradition that you go to the milpero and then you go get your corn, ground. Yeah. Oh yes, and then water. But here's the thing. So when you're making different kinds of tamales, especially Colorado tamales, you have to make like I'm gonna say enchilada sauce, but it's really called a Colorado salsa. So it's a salsa that you make with different types of red chiles. It can be of your choice. They can be negros, pasillas, guajillos, California, different kinds of red stuff. And when you make the chile colorado for your chicken or red chicken tamales, I like to use it. The salsa that you make for the tamales, you put it in your dough instead of water. So it paints the masa red too. And then you can also add a little bit of extra water. And now this is the most important part, I think, of making masa. You have to hear a whoosh. When you're mixing the masa, you have to hear it go whoosh, 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 whoosh. It's all the pores in the dough that start because masa in Spanish also means that you're kneading. So you gotta continue doing like this. And look, when you knead it well, you'll see that you have pores. It's porous. It's not like a soup. It's not smooth. There's those pores. And when you're kneading the masa, it's like one of the most beautiful sounds. That whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Well, it's beautiful to me because that's when okay, masa is ready. And yeah. So, or you can do water, salt, and then coconut oil. Yeah. I can't hear you. Sorry. No. It's not essential. You can leave the salt out. Yeah, you can leave the salt out. You can leave the salt out, and for example, even if you want to put a little bit more flavor, then you could put maybe the salsa, the little bit of salsa. I had a client once, and she was a no salt, no oil, no sugar, and gluten-free, and yes. So we would use no salt for hers, but for the chiles, then we would make more of a salsa, so it would have a little bit more flavor of the masa. But yeah, it's not necessary. And or corn, you can grind some corn, fresh corn, and mix it into the masa too, and it kind of creates like a little bit of a sweetness flavor, or any other vegetables too. But the corn and the chiles are kind of basic. So you get your masa. So we're gonna do pretend. Pretend this is a grilled and washed leaf. Okay. So you get your little masa ball, and I'm very how do I say this? I'm very detailed about how you put the masa on the leaf, because you want it to have a nice thickness where it's not going to break apart. And look, see also how malleable it is. See, so that's a good that's a sexy masa right there. So you want to have, you want to have a structured masa. You don't want the ball to be going all over the place, and you want to have a nice little rectangle, and you want to have enough space. So I got like 4 fingers on this side, I got three-ish fingers, and then plenty of space on this side. So you need enough space, and all your tamales when you're making, you need enough space to be able to make the folds. So, are we good on time? Did I go over? Am I good on time? Yeah. I tend to talk too much, and then I forget what time it is. So then you can put your filling. It can be whatever you want. Do it like across the middle like this. It can be beans. It can be your leftovers or whatever you have. This one is an al pastor seitan that we had at the restaurant for our Taco Tuesday. So that's what I'm using in here. And then you just kind of fold it. See, like if I take the leaf out, see, like again, I'm just showing off the masa again because this masa is really nice. See how it peels off just like really nice? That's a sexy masa right there. So you got your fold here, and then you tuck it in like a little gift, and then you got a little perfect envelope. And now when you're making your tamales, you don't want to suffocate the masa inside. You want to leave a little bit of wiggle room. So it's not like when you're making a spring roll that everything, when you're wrapping this, the vegetables, that everything has to be tight, to be tucked in. This needs a little bit of room and air to breathe so that the masa can grow, because it'll grow. And then, this is basically how you make a tamal. So everybody has, I'll take your question in a second. Everybody has a different way of cooking these. I forgot. In Venezuela or in Colombia, they have different techniques. Puerto Ricanos have a different technique. Some like to wrap it with a little thing, and some people boil it in water. I'm the Mexican, like lazy, quick espresso. So I just put it in a steamer like a regular good old Mexican corn husk tamal. I don't boil them because then I have to tie it with the string, and it just takes more time. And to me, the flavor is basically the same. So I'll take your question. What did I put in this inside for this specifically? This is our Taco Tuesday al pastor. It's a seitan with a chile colorado salsa that we put pineapple and achote in. It's a salsa, and then I cook it and mix it with the seitan. Yeah, we have these as an option for our Taco Tuesdays, which is only on Tuesdays at the restaurant, and we have baja and carne asada? I forget. We're changing the menu, but anyways, that's from the restaurant what we had. And so you basically make these little baby pouches. You can pile them up. This is also another thing I like about the banana tamales instead of the corn husk. Is you can just pile it on top of each other, and then they can put like this. You can put them like this. They're a little bit more flexible, and it's just easier to make than the corn husks. Yeah. Where is our restaurant? We're 2 blocks from the symphony, the ballet, and the opera house. So it's called Om Sabor. So when you're meditating, if you look up on your Google Maps, Om Sabor. Sabor means flavor in Spanish. A little history. My parents met in an ashram in a Hindu temple back in the 70s, and me and my sister, we were born vegetarian. So I've never had meat before, and when people would come to this meditation center from like different parts of the world, I grew up with a lot of like the different flavors on my plate. There was, like I said, a lot of Venezuelan food growing up, Italian, Russian, and everybody, when they would cook their foods there, everything had to be vegetarian. There was no eggs, but there was dairy and well, dairy, yeah, no eggs. And so eventually, when I made the transition, it was pretty easy to, kind of take those similar flavors and veganize them. So Sabor is kind of a little bit of a mix of like my childhood growing up, invocating all those cosmic vibrations from the universe into our flavors. And that's what Sabor means. Yeah. Oh, but we are going to be closed. We are closing the restaurant today. We're going to be, and for a week, we're doing renovations and we have new owners and new partners. So we're going to have some new exciting things coming up. We're going to bring a brunch back. And a lot of work. A lot of work. Am I done on time? Am I done? Yeah, we can cut some up. Yeah. Oh yeah, the seed salsa. The seed salsa is this recipe's from my mother-in-law, and then it's been tweaked up a little bit. Do you have a spoon or a fork? Yeah. So this nut seed salsa is mixed with a fusion of salsa matcha. So salsa matcha is a confit, basically. You toast your chilies in oil, low, like cook it very low and slow so your chilies don't burn, dried chilies. And you put garlic in it and let it cool down and then blend it. So it's a chili oil salsa. Yeah, and it's called salsa matcha. But the difference with this one is that we toast seeds and nuts into it. So we have cashews, sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds, pepitas, almonds, and I'm forgetting another one. There's another one there. It'll come back. Is it? Pine nuts. No peanuts. Yeah. Okay, I'm deaf. I hear myself really loud. Does everybody hear me okay? Okay. All right, so this is a salsa matcha, and then it'll be on top of the tamales. But it gets, we use pasilla for this. You can also use chipotle. So it has a very dark, scary look. Don't be intimidated. It tastes great. Just think of it as a like Halloween kind of black salsa. All right. Any questions? It's weird. Oh shoot! I'm gonna walk over to you because I can't hear you. I'm sorry, I can't hear. What was that?
I was thinking the tamales over there are just their seitan and those.
Those are with seitan, yes. Yeah. Those are the ones that I made this morning with the filling, yeah, from the al pastor.
Are they gluten-free or no?
No, seitan has gluten. Yeah. Do you want like a little piece of the side with no seitan, like a little corner with the salsa? Okay. Any more questions? Everyone good?
Where's your restaurant?
Our restaurant is on 370 Grove Street. So it's in the corner of Grove and Goff Street. 2 blocks away from the Symphony and the Valley. All right. Can I help you with the cutting? Or?
Putting that.
Okay, this one needs to be unwrapped though. This has got.
Want it off?
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes people will eat the leaves.
I'll eat the leaves.
Yeah, people will eat the leaves. Here, let me hear.
And then I need some more plates.
Okay, so maybe. Oh yeah, you can leave it like that. Okay, and then need some forks. Shoot, is that all the forks you have? I can bring more. I have more in the booth.
That might be towards the end of the.
I have more forks at the booth.
Yeah.
Is this ready? I'll go get some.
We just need forks for the honey. So as long as we have enough
I got a whole case of horse. I'll bring back. Okay.
The restaurant closed this coming Tuesday.
Yeah. And you just got here.
No, that was my plan.
Oh no. On Tuesday? I'll make something for you.
Thank you.
I'll make something happen for you.
So sweet. It's a highlight trip.
Are you in Texas too?
No,
Or you
she's here, so.
Aww. I'll make something. I'll make it up.
So great.
Oh, well, let's see. Or maybe you can pass around. Let's see. Maybe. Let's see. Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna give one to her, to the front row, and then let's see. Let me get something more. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh, there's the tray. We'll take one.
I just need one for the. Here, you need a tray. Tray. Okay, and then yeah, thank you guys. Does anybody want a banana leaf memento? They make a great decoration. I might maybe do a photo shoot with that. Or just compost them. I just built a compost box. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Oh, that will look much nicer than cardboard. Yeah. Okay, I like that. Thank you. No, we're closing. We're closing the restaurant from today for like a week. We'll be closed. I mean, I might be there like, I don't know, pulling out equipment or painting or something like that. But I do wanna we'll link up. Yes. Okay. Was it good? Was I? We should be open on the a week. I'm not sure what that's from now, but we're trying to expedite everything as fast as we can. Yay! Let me hurry up and get the other ones out.